on the gridiron or courtside, you know what time it is. It's
Sports Plus Life. Sports Plus Life.
ringside or front court or field pass, we ballin', no. Knuckle up or buckle up, I tell it like it is when I'm on my show. Home run, slam dunk, knockout, or got some dough.
Sports Plus Life.
Yeah.
Sports Plus Life.
Ah.
Yo, 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 yo. What's up? What's really good? It's your boy Brandon Bravon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life. You feel me? And you already know what's about to go down today, bruh. So guess what? Guess what? Turn it off, turn it off, turn it all the way off now. Yeah, how's everybody doing today? Please allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Brandon Bravon Towns, host of that show called Sports Plus Life, that their sports podcast where we talk about all of the necessary topics in sports and all of the necessary topics in life. And I hope everybody is having an absolutely wonderful, marvelous, stupendous first of the month. It's the first of the month. So cash your checks and get up. It is May 1st, Monday, May the 1st, 2023. It felt like fall today. Like it was a little chilly today in the Richmond, VA. And okay, so while it is technically Monday, May the 1st, while I'm, recording this podcast, you guys probably won't get it until May the 2nd or the wee hours, whatever, because there's some changes that have been made as far as my work schedule. So I'm now Monday through Friday. So I'm either just trying to make a decision on when I want to do the podcast or whether I want to do it on Monday evening like I'm doing right now, or whether I want to wait till Saturday. But Saturday I might be having some things to do, with DJing and spending time with the kids and DJing. So we gonna make it do what it do. But it's one thing that I can definitely promise you, to all 6 people who religiously and faithfully listen to this podcast, I will definitely keep coming up with a podcast every week. That's not gonna stop. Every now and again I may take a week off, but not today. Not yet, because it is so much stuff going on. And I hope everybody had a beautiful weekend, though. I do. I went to the spring festival that I was telling you guys about, promoting my bro and my sis, Rob and Heather. I went there Saturday, took the kids there. They had a good time. We all had a good time. They linked up with Rob and Heather's kids, and I was there for about 3.5, 4 hours. Yeah, and it was cool, just nice. It was a beautiful day. Weather was perfect, just a perfect day to do something like that. London got her face painted. I posted on Facebook. It's that cheetah girl. She had that cheetah girl face paint, and it was cool. But definitely want to give shout out to my Black and Gold fam and my fam in general. And I love you guys. Love you, love you, loves you, loves you, loves you. Now, you guys ready to enter the realm of sports? I'm ready. You ready? We ready? They all ready. Let's get to it. We are now officially fully in the second round of all the NBA playoffs. Yes, yes, yes. While a couple of game ones have started in the second round, there were a couple of closeout games that were taking place over this past weekend. First, let me start off with my Los Angeles Lakers handling their business there, boy. Let me tell you something. I don't know, I don't honestly know how much people actually go and look at my YouTube page.
Excellent.
But I covered the Lakers versus the Kings. I covered that game live for the first time, just for fun, on YouTube Live. And, of course, we would lose that game. Of course, we would lose that game. Ain't that a bitch? But, predictably enough, after we lost Game 5, which was on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, after we lost Game 5, which was last Wednesday, of course, the Grizzlies want to talk some shit.
What's wrong with you?
Immature, not knowing when to speak, want to be down, want to be fucking shit-talking ass bad boy image Memphis Grizzlies. Of course, they started popping off at the mouth. Oh, yeah, Desmond Bane, I guarantee we'll be back for a Game 7. We're going to be back in Memphis for a Game 7. I guarantee we're going to win Game 6.
Bye, bitch.
Desmond Bane looking like Morocco Mo and Dylan Brooks, who talk shit, but then once he loses, don't want to talk to the media, old head-ass dude, Dylan Brooks. And what happened? They went back to L.A. for a Game 6 and got they ass whiz-zapped.
Biatch.
I mean mollywopped. I mean stomped on, pissed on, elbow dropped, all of the above. When you lose when you know your season is on the line, where if you win another game, you can come back home to play a deciding Game 7. When you get your ass whipped by 40. Dylan Brooks said, I don't respect nobody unless they come put 40 on me. How's about a 40-point ass whipping for your whole motherfucking squad, Mr. Dylan Brooks?
Bye, bitch.
Huh? Yes, I am saying this with my chest because let me tell you something. I'm going to be consistent. Like I said, I'm not a LeBron fan. I've said this many times. I've been tolerating LeBron since he's been in purple and gold since 2018. Now, I do marvel at the way at the level he can still play at 38 years old in year number 20. I do. But I wanted him to win this shit because Memphis talked too much. Okay? Memphis they just talk too much shit, and they just had excuse after they got their ass whooped. Ja Morant, a.k.a. Papa Doc, I think my situation that happened affected our team. You don't say.
You niggas are crazy.
Dylan Brooks, I don't regret what I did. That's what I do. I'm a competitor. I compete. I don't regret saying what I said, but you wouldn't talk to the media. Dylan Brooks is a free agent next year. I can guarantee you this. I don't want to say fully guarantee, but I can about 95% guarantee you his ass will not be back in Memphis next year. Because one of the things the general manager said after that 40-point ass whipping was we have a lot of self-imposed distractions. Okay, we've had a lot of that all season. Now, you ain't getting rid of Ja Morant, obviously. But Dylan Brooks, to talk all the shit that you talk and play horrible. Now, Desmond Bane balled out this series. Desmond Bane, he played. He played great. But he still ran his fucking mouth too much. I guarantee these nuts, biatch. Okay, you got your ass whipped by we laid a 40 burger on your ass, on your whole squad, nickel. Take that back to Memphis with you. The only thing you did, only Game 7 that you participated in was on your motherfucking couch watching the Sacramento Kings and the Golden State Warriors, which leads me to this next discussion. Yo, when Golden State won Game 5 in Sacramento, I was like, championship DNA. They gonna go to San Francisco and they gonna finish the Kings off. Good season by the Kings, but Golden State is some champions. And lo and behold, wouldn't you know, Sacramento beats the dog shit out of Golden State in Golden State in a closeout game. I was like, where? I was like, oh, say it ain't so. I was like, yo, what? I was like, okay, but I didn't think that the Warriors were going to. Something told me that the Warriors were not going to lose that series. And yesterday, Game 7, the only Game 7 we had in the first round, Steph Curry put on an absolute masterpiece show. Steph Curry was absolutely amazing. He put up 50 points, and that's crazy to think that has never been done before in NBA history. Nobody has ever put up 50 in a Game 7 in history. Not Jordan, not Kobe, not LeBron, not KD, not Olajuwon, talking about all the great scorers. Not Kareem, not Jerry West, not Dominique Wilkins. Dominique Wilkins came close. Kevin Durant came close. But Steph Curry stands alone. He put up the 50 burger as the Golden State Warriors in the second half ramrodded and romped the Sacramento Kings in Sacramento 120-100. Remember when everybody was saying Golden State was so pissy on the road? This series was crazy. The first 4 games of the series, all the home teams won. The last 3 games of the series, all the road teams won. So, once again, Golden State shows their championship DNA. Definite shout out as well to Kevon Looney. Yo, when did Kevon Looney become Dennis Rodman? I'm talking about he's snatching up 20 plus rebounds a game like it ain't shit. Bro had 11 points, 21 rebounds. And Steph was really the only reliable offensive weapon that the Warriors had yesterday, because second leading scorer, Andrew Wiggins, 17 points. Third leading scorer, Klay Thompson, 16 points, 4 of 19 shooting. Not a good shooting day from Klay at all, but that's all right because his splash brother compadre had his back 100 and then some, as Steph Curry is sending the defending champions on to round 2, where they will have the home court advantage against the Los Angeles Lakers. Now everybody is hyped about this series. Steph versus LeBron. Steph versus LeBron. We've seen Steph versus LeBron quite a number of times. We've seen Steph versus LeBron about 4 times, but this is the first time that we've seen Steph versus LeBron in the same conference.
Excellent.
Sir, mind you, LeBron has been in the Western Conference since 2018. This is his third time. This is his 5th season with the Lakers. His 3rd time being in the playoffs. First time, of course, 2020, the bubble. You know, we all know, no fans. The next year, we were a 7th seed against the Phoenix Suns. We lost in 6 games. That was it. We didn't make the playoffs last year, obviously, but we in there, and we now are in the second round against the Golden State Warriors. And I put this on Facebook as a Facebook short last night. I am a diehard Laker fan, and if you ever question my fandom, you have lost your fucking mind. I may not be a fan of LeBron, but I am a diehard purple and gold fan. Nobody in the modern era of basketball, nobody can tell me shit about my Los Angeles Lakers. Really, in the modern era of basketball, when it comes to historically keeping up with things, can't nobody tell me shit about basketball, period. Motherfuckers at ESPN, FS1, NBA TV. No, I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this to be funny. Nobody can fuck with me when it comes to keeping up with this shit. And I'm a diehard Laker fan. But I got to tell you, we are not beating the Golden State Warriors. I've said this ever since the postseason started. Golden State has not lost in the Western Conference playoffs with Steph, Klay, and Draymond on the floor since 2014. I got to see it to believe it. A lot of people had them losing to the Sacramento Kings. Never a doubt. Even though I was like, whoa, when they lost game 6 with a chance to close the series out, I was like, okay, didn't see that one coming. But I said this again, since before the playoffs started. I said whoever drew the Sacramento Kings were going to be favored to beat them, whether it was the Lakers, whether it was the Warriors or the Clippers. Now, they probably would have beat the Clippers because, Kawhi Leonard conveniently gets injured whenever you need him most. But that's another story for another day. But now the matchup is set. Golden State versus Los Angeles. I don't think the Warriors have ever beaten the Lakers in a series before, especially not in modern day basketball, because I know they played a couple of years in the play-in, but that technically doesn't count. And the last time the Lakers and the Warriors played was in 1991. I remember that series. I was a wee little old boy. Magic Johnson and the Lakers playing against Run TMC, Tim Hardaway, Mitch Richmond, and Chris Mullin. The Lakers won that series in 5. On their way to the NBA Finals against the Chicago Bulls, 1991. That's the last time those two teams met in the playoffs. I cannot think of another time in the modern NBA where they may have met in the playoffs. I could be wrong about this because honestly, Golden State aren't, they up until, the Steph Curry era, they really hadn't had a playoff-rich history. At least not in the first decade of the 2000s, certainly not in the 90s. The 90s, they were there a couple of times. I mean, with Run TMC, then they got there with Chris Webber. But in the 80s, they really weren't talent rich. Now, the Warriors in the 70s were a different beast, with Rick Barry and shit. They were a different beast. But I don't think the Warriors have ever beaten the Lakers in the playoff series before. Not in modern basketball. And when I say modern basketball, I'm talking about from 1978, 1979. I'm not talking about Bill Russell when the Celtics was, and God rest his wonderful soul. I'm not talking about the Bill Russell-led Celtics that was winning every year before the advent of color television. I'm sorry. I mean, yes, it counts. I don't discredit it. But when you talk about modern basketball, I'm not talking about those Celtics. But I believe that's going to come to an end because, especially with Golden State having home court, I don't see these road woes continuing with Golden State. I think they've hit their stride, and I wouldn't be surprised if both teams won a game on the other's home court. But at the end of the day, I think Golden State is going to win that series. So that is one of the Western Conference second-round series. The other is the Denver Nuggets and the Phoenix Suns. They tipped off their game one on Saturday night with Denver winning convincingly over the Phoenix Suns. I think, what did they beat them by, like 18, 20 points? I mean, it was a convincing victory, 125-107. Jamal Murray is back, y'all. That's all I'm going to say. Jamal Murray is back. And, if you thought that Jamal Murray could only play well in the bubble, no, Jamal Murray, he's now fully healthy from tearing his hamstring 2 years ago. That's what people have to understand. Even though modern medicine has made it so that these athletes can recover from ACL tears quicker than normal, but they don't truly get back to their form at least for 2 years. You may be able to be back on the court in a year, but you being back to your normal self takes about 2. And Jamal Murray is back, and he dropped 34 points in game one. KD had 29, but I don't know, man. A lot of people, the Suns have pretty much been the favorite, the odds-on favorite to come out the West since Kevin Durant got there. I don't know, man. Denver looking tough. Denver has the personnel. Denver has now the Clippers were a deeper team too, but they were hurt. Because I honestly believe if Paul George and Kawhi Leonard play, they beat the Suns. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think they were better. I think they're a better team with the Suns fully healthy. The problem with the fucking Clippers is they are never, ever fully healthy. The Denver Nuggets are healthy. Okay, Jamal Murray is back to being Jamal Murray. Jokic is Jokic. He's a 2-time MVP. Aaron Gordon is Aaron Gordon. Casper from Uncle Drew. Michael Porter Jr., he's healthy. They're deep. Bruce Brown coming off the bench. You got KCP, Contavious Caldwell-Pope. Nuggets ain't playing no games. They ain't playing with your bitch ass. They are not playing. And because I think I'm putting out, of course, these teams and these players, they hear this noise when they hear that when people are picking against them. They hear, the Suns got KD, they got Devin Booker, CP3, DeAndre Ayton. Really? DeAndre Ayton can play, but man, he need to man up though. He need to toughen up. And when you a team, the Nuggets are the number 1 seed in the West, and they're like, okay, so we're just the number 1 seed for nothing, huh? Just because Kevin Durant is now with Phoenix, we're just gonna bitch up and not play. Nuggets is playing some ball. My little bro Keith, I know he hype. I know he hype because he's a Nuggets fan, and they look good game one. Now in the Eastern Conference, the second round seeds are set. Now, before I mention the second round, God damn it, Milwaukee. I had the Milwaukee Bucks winning the whole shebang bang. And not only do they get eliminated, they get gentlemen swept. What the fuck? And Giannis, he's kind of getting... Giannis, to me, is the best player in basketball, but he's getting short with reporters who's asking, is this season a failure? And he's like, I don't think the season is a failure. Michael Jordan didn't win the championship every year. Nigga, this is a failure. You had the best record in basketball, and you didn't just, I can see if you shouldn't lose in the first round. Now, okay, Giannis missed 2.5 games. If that doesn't happen, I believe the Bucks win. But it don't fucking matter. Giannis came back in game 4 when they were down 2-1. They blew a double-digit fourth quarter lead in game 4. They blew a 16-point fourth quarter lead at home in game 5. And playoff Jimmy Butler is motherfucking real. Biatch. Okay, he is real. Jimmy Butler, I put this on YouTube. Jimmy Butler turns into Kobe Jordan in the playoffs. You can't stop, bro. So the Miami Heat, who damn near missed the playoffs because of the dumbass playing. Remember, the Miami Heat should have been a 7th seed. They finished the regular season as a 7 seed. They lost their first game to the Atlanta Hawks, who eventually lost to the Boston Celtics. There, get that over with. And then they barely beat the Chicago Bulls. If the play-in would do it by my suggestion, then the number 7 seed should not be touched. Boy, don't you... the Boston Celtics are probably like, whew, man, glad we avoided that. Because Jimmy Butler is the real deal. And in the other brackets, The New York Knicks celebrated their first series win in a decade. They gentlemen swept the Cleveland Cavaliers in 5. I called the Knicks to win that series, but I didn't think they would handle Cleveland the way they did. Jalen Brunson is that dude. Julius Randle got to get back on the court with that ankle injury. And the Knicks and the Heat, I mean, I'm talking about reliving the days of my childhood. The Knicks versus the Heat in the playoffs. They tipped off game 1 on Sunday, with Miami winning game 1. New York has the home court advantage, and New York was winning at halftime, but Miami has switched it on to another gear, even though Jimmy Butler turned his ankle. This could change the fortunes of this whole series. I could see this series being a 7-game classic Knicks versus Heat motherfucking dogfight. Oh, to be a kid in the 90s again. I was watching all of these old Knicks Heat games on YouTube. I was watching when what's his name? P.J. Brown flung Charlie Ward into the stands. I was watching when Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson put on the worst exhibition of boxing you ever seen in NBA fight history. I remember I was watching when Allen Houston made the series winning bucket in Game 5 in 1999. I remember when the New York Knicks defeated the Miami Heat in 2000 off of a Patrick Ewing dunk Game 7 in Miami. My prediction for this series hasn't changed, even though Miami won game 1. I think the New York Knicks are going to win this series. I think it's going to be a dogfight, but I think the Knickerbockers are going to win this series. The other series tips off tonight. The Philadelphia 76ers swept the Brooklyn Nets. Boston had a little bit of trouble with Atlanta, as Atlanta did beat them in game 5 when they were down 3-1. And here's the funny part about that. Game 6 in Atlanta was on the same night that Janet Jackson was supposed to perform in the same Coliseum. They had to push Janet Jackson's concert back. I mean, if I'm an Atlanta Hawks fan, I'm like, good, thank you for believing that we were actually going to win, you fuckers. Because I know when they left, after game 4 being down 3-1, the stadium was like, they ain't coming back. Boston gonna put their ass out. And then when Trae Young hit that three-pointer to win the game in game 5, it was like, oh shit, we got a scheduling conflict. The Hawks game 6 is scheduled the same night as Janet Jackson's concert. I know people who probably bought them tickets. Ooh, I know people that was probably pissed because, they probably had to rearrange shit, or maybe some people may not have been able to even go because of the basketball game. But it is what it is. But the 76ers and the Boston Celtics tip off tonight in Boston, and breaking news, Joel Embiid is out. I guess that knee injury was more serious than we expected, because Joel Embiid really hasn't played in over a week. He hasn't played since game 3 against Brooklyn. He didn't play game 4. The Nets won. The 76ers beat the Nets. They swept them. And then Boston had to go the extra couple games with Atlanta, but he is out. He is ruled out tonight. And I'm going to tell you right now, the Philadelphia 76ers, and I feel bad. This just sucks with these star players just being hurt in the worst possible time. The 76ers ain't beating the Boston Celtics without Embiid, period. Point blank in the subject. And I'm pretty sure this is a series where the 76ers and the Celtics, they've seen Milwaukee get knocked off. They're probably saying, wait a minute now. Okay, now we feel like we can have the inside track to the finals, because the winner of that series will have the home court advantage in the Eastern Conference Finals, whether they play the New York Knicks or the Miami Heat. Boy, basketball is heating up. Basketball is heating up good. Yes, it is. And I'm not a fan. I'm not the biggest fan of the way the NBA is particularly played now, but I'm a sports guy. And I still love basketball, even though I love basketball of yesteryear. But these playoffs are heating up. It is what it is. So, actually, the game, the Knicks, the 76ers and the Celtics about to tip off in like 30 minutes. Like I said, I'm doing evening show right now. But, damn Milwaukee. That's all I can say. Damn Milwaukee. We've had some ups. The best team in basketball got put out in the first round in 5 games. Just like the goddamn Boston Bruins. I don't give a damn about hockey, but all I heard about as far as hockey, the Bruins' best season ever, done, round 1. Ain't that some shit? That is crazy. But the NFL draft, now when I get Sean on the phone, Sean is probably going to be a little bit perturbed because This is he's not happy right now as the contract between the NFL Network and Xfinity has run out. So right now, if you have Xfinity and you turn to the NFL Network, you will not see anything. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it because it's just May. It's May 1st. They better have that shit up and going by the time the season starts. That's all I'ma say. And now I got my boys on the line, even with this little schedule change. Brother Sean, Big Calvin, what up, though?
What is going on, man?
Well, Sean, I've already broken the bad news to the people of YouTube land about the Xfinity.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm going to be honest with you, bro, because when I came home, that's the first thing I did. I turned to NFL Network. That's a contract negotiation thing. They'll be back by the time the season starts.
I don't give a fuck about the season start, man. I need that shit now, motherfucker. I watch that shit every day. That's my information station. Well, I ain't gonna say primarily because I have several outlets, but as far as just letting my TV run and me watching shit, that's what's be on my TV.
You're gonna have to deal with ESPN and NFL Live until they get their contract.
I don't want to deal with no ESPN and that top 10 shit. I don't want to see nothing about no fucking golf. I want straight football.
So who carries it now?
No, it's just
nobody cares.
It's what it is that the NFL and the NBA, they all have contracts with each cable outlet. Like they have contracts with Xfinity, Verizon, DirecTV, and right now, Xfinity's contract with the NFL has run up. So for the time being, they are not carrying it. But I guarantee you, because this is the most popular sport in America, Xfinity knows that if they don't have it by the time the season starts, they're going to lose so many motherfuckers. If they don't have it by the time the preseason starts, they're going to lose a lot of people. So I'm not worried about that. Now, Sean, that's your everyday. If that's your everyday channel, I'm sorry, brother.
No. For a motherfucker like me, if they don't have that shit in a couple of weeks, whoever get that motherfucker first. Like, if they ain't on no goddamn network right now, then it's cool.
No, they're on networks. They're not on Xfinity. They're on Verizon. Yeah. They're on DirecTV.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, they about to lose people like your average Joe that watch that shit every day.
Oh, yeah.
Me, I'm cool because I don't do nothing but watch, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's on the TV, you know what I'm saying, all the time. But I could go to YouTube and watch the game. I mean, watch Good Morning Football on YouTube with the highlights of what they was talking about and that type of shit like that. So I'm cool with that. But yeah, I mean, if they don't have that shit by the football season, then yeah,
they'll have this shit worked out by preseason.
They will, and what they're gonna do is they're gonna charge Xfinity more money, and Xfinity gonna pay it.
Yeah, they gonna get them people whatever they ask for.
Yeah, because Xfinity is the main cable outlet for people. It's more than Verizon, more than DirecTV. Niggas is mad right now. Niggas like you who pay the sports package they upset right now. And then on top of that, I don't know if you guys heard, they're trying to. I think the schedule release. They're aiming for next Thursday, May 11th. Mm-hmm. Because
people won't be able to see that unless they can see it on ESPN.
You can see it, yeah, because they're gonna have it on ESPN and ABC.
Yeah, you can see that anywhere, but they gonna pay it because they gonna pay it because they gonna, like you said, they gonna lose people. And
yeah,
honestly, they got it. Xfinity, do you know Xfinity owns? I ain't say they're subscribers. They own Universal.
Yeah.
You know, Universal is one of the big 5 productions. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got it. It's just a hack.
Bro, Xfinity is gonna have it by the time before preseason starts. I ain't worried about that. I ain't worried.
They don't want to lose money because they will, because you know how everybody about their football, because that's the red zone for these.
Hello. I saw that shit. I was like, ain't this a bitch? I said, okay. But I read the message. I was like, yeah, there's some contract shit. They'll work it out.
It's always some contract shit.
Yeah, they'll work it out. See, like Xfinity doesn't carry the ACC network, but nobody gives a fuck because that's not bringing in the type of money that the NFL is going to bring in. Like the SEC network, which Xfinity carries, brings in more money than the ACC network. Now, Verizon carries the ACC, but if it's not making the most of the sport that's making the most amount of money, Xfinity gonna get it back. They will. But let's talk about this draft, fellas. All right. Let me start with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan. How do you think y'all did with y'all draft?
We should have got Will Levis when he was sitting there
looking stupid.
sitting there looking crazy. We should have got him, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe they know something I don't. But hey, it's cool. We back. We back to we back to our regular scheduled program. You know what I'm saying? I like to thank Tom Brady for the 3-year break. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We got one ring. Come on, buddy. But,
well, technically now you got 2. But you got 1 ring out of Tom Brady. I get it.
We did. But it is what it is. I hope them people playing out though.
Yeah. Sean, happy Eagles fan. Georgia North. That's what they call in Philadelphia now. Georgia North.
Bulldogs.
The Philadelphia Bulldogs.
Go Bulldogs.
How did the draft go for you, sir?
Well, you already know. Big shout out to Ski Mask Howie, Big Howie out here doing Howie Roseman things. Was ready to get that motherfucker the fuck out of Philly. He shut me the fuck up.
He damn sure did.
I couldn't wait to get that motherfucker out of Philadelphia doing dumb shit like bringing Nelson Aguilar and Jalen Rager on my team when there was so many gems out there. But Howie showed us who he is once again. The Jalen Carter thing, I wasn't mad at that one, especially with Bijan was going off the board. You know, I wanted Bijan, but getting that defensive line, just seeing after the fact. Remember what I said a couple of podcasts ago? I found, if it was last time, I said the only way that I would feel good is if we got Derrick Henry, right?
Yeah.
Right?
How you feeling about that now?
But I'm still feeling, like I said, now that we use that fork to get DeAndre Swift, I'm feeling even better what we did now. On top of getting Jalen Carter, not only we got Nolan Smith, another top 10 prospect that was supposed to go, that was projected to go in the top 10. At the 30th pick, we picked him up. I wanted Keely Ringo in the 3rd round, and the fact that we got him later on still on our damn as a DB on there is a steal in itself. Look, all these Georgia Bulldogs we got on our team. I am excited.
Y'all got Georgia on defense and Alabama on offense.
Yeah, and just we got Bulldog on offense too with Swift now because he's.
Oh yeah, yep.
So I'm like this, bro. I'm excited. Even some of the undrafted we got like Eli Ricks from Alabama. We got a bunch of good. It's so funny to say because our punters was so trash. We got Legatron. See how he worked out in that motherfucker. That motherfucker was doing all the punts. I mean, down to special teams, Howie Roseman did his shit. I'm excited for the season, and I know the shit ain't even over yet, bro.
You hear that, Xfinity? Stop fucking around with us.
Yeah, don't fuck with me, Xfinity. I need to watch my shit. But like I said, I have several different ways to watch anything that I want to watch. So I ain't never worried about it. But it's the fact that I can't just turn my TV on and leave it running.
Well,
on my Xfinity.
Let's get to me, the Denver Bronco fan. I called Calvin earlier and was like, can you believe that just one round, that the first round of the draft took 4 motherfucking hours? 4 hours for one round, 31 picks. 31 picks because the Dolphins didn't have a pick because of that Tom Brady tampering shit. 31 picks took 4 hours. So I didn't even get to see my team draft shit. So, but as far as our draft goes, I don't care, personally. I mean, I will say this. Marvin Mims from Oklahoma. I like that. I like that wide receiver. I also like the fact that we picked up Jerry Jeudy's 5th-year option, and we have rejected all trade offers for Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton. So, Marvin Mims from Oklahoma, because one thing that Oklahoma does, they play offense. They don't play no fucking defense, but they produce some offensive weapons. Remind you, that's where CD Spam went to. Oklahoma. And yes, I called him Spam. You a cowboy? Fuck you. Drew Sanders from Arkansas. Yeah. Riley Moss, DB from Iowa. Well, actually, pay attention to that one because if there's nothing else, Iowa's the opposite of Oklahoma, where Iowa plays no offense but all defense. I mean, have y'all ever sat and watched the Iowa football game? It's like watching paint dry. It is horrible. But you're going to see some good defense. So we getting a DB from there. That's cool. But other than that, I'm just really I'm waiting for the schedule release, and they said Roger Goodell had met with the schedule makers. They waited because they wanted to see what happened with Aaron Rodgers, what happened with Lamar Jackson. Now that Aaron Rodgers, you're probably going to see the New York Jets on 6 primetime games now that Aaron Rodgers is their quarterback. Lamar Jackson, the Ravens are going to be on more primetime games because Lamar Jackson went from never having any weapons outside of Mark Andrews. Now this motherfucker got everybody. You even got Antonio Brown tweeting pictures of him in a Ravens uniform. How do y'all feel about that fake news?
You already know Antonio Brown just needs something to do with himself. But I actually kind of thought it was real the way that the shit was going around all these news cycles instead of just like your back channels and shit like that. But that's pretty funny. About Antonio Brown going to the Ravens, that would be a horrible disaster.
What do you think, Calvin?
You said about an Aaron Rodgers?
No, about Antonio Brown maybe going to the posting that he was going to the Ravens.
That nigga ain't going nowhere. But if you do, then that's wow.
Well, at first I thought it may be real too because I was seeing it everywhere, but then I thought about the Ravens depth chart of receiver now. You know, you got Odell Beckham, you got Rashad Bateman, you got Devin Duvernay, you just drafted the kid from Boston College, and what I forgot about is they signed Nelson Aguilar before any of that shit.
Oh yeah, nobody cares about that.
Nobody cares about Nelson Aguilar, but I'm like, where's Antonio Brown gonna fit? They're already 5 wide receivers deep. So I think he is just doing something with himself. But Lamar Jackson, he can't say he ain't got weapons now. He got weapons and he got paid. So when we covered the draft, we did talk about it. I guess we should talk about it on it here. Lamar finally got the bag. Lamar got the bag. Lamar got weapons. Again, they drafted a speed demon out of Boston College. They just signed Odell Beckham a couple weeks ago. Rashad Bateman should be back healthy, even though when you have a torn ACL, you're not truly healthy until your second year, but he's still going to be a threat. And you have Aguilar for the slot, not to mention Mark Andrews. So what are you expecting out of Lamar this year? Calvin, I'll start with you. What are you starting with Lamar Jackson? What do you think Lamar Jackson going to do this year? Calvin!
My bad, man.
What the hell do you think is going to happen with Lamar Jackson this year?
I hope he do good. You know what I'm saying? I hope he ball his ass off. But they're probably going to. I don't think they're going to win the division. You know what I'm saying? I can see them not winning the division, but making like
wild card
2 playoffs. They might lose. They might lose in the AFC Championship.
You can see them. Okay, you can see them getting to the AFC Championship game.
I mean, don't you?
Possibly.
The right people.
It's not like he don't have weapons, and they have a hellified defense too.
Okay, so let's say this: AFC playoff. Okay, we can already count that first seed as the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? You can always count that first seed as the Chiefs. 2 and 3 is going to be either the Bills. It's going to be probably the Bengals.
Okay, you thinking where I'm thinking?
Okay, so number 3, the third is probably going to be the Bills. I beat.
Okay.
At the South, whoever
Jacksonville.
South, Jacksonville. Okay. So Jacksonville wins.
So then you got 3 wild cards.
So that means that obviously makes them, even though they can have a defense, right? That makes them 5.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That makes them 5, and they're not gonna play. They gonna play away, so that makes them 5. They might can beat the Bengals because they might can beat the Bengals because the Bengals and they got familiarity. That'll be a
rivalry. Yeah.
If they win that, because they 5, if they win that, then they automatically. Ooh.
Well, you're assuming if they finish at a 5, that means that for them to play the Bengals in the first round, the Bengals would have to be a 4.
No. They would have to play a 5. They would have to. Okay. If they're a 5, they would have to play
the 4 seed.
I'm thinking they play the 6. Okay, 6 plays 2. 6 plays.
6 plays 3.
Plays 2.
And 2 plays 7.
Okay, so they might play the Bills. They might bang with the Bills on Wild Card Weekend. That too would be a good game. It depends on how they play. It depends on what they look like throughout the season and what the Bills look like. The Bills, it seems like every year they get more and more question marks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They get more and more unnecessary question marks. So I can see them. I don't know about the AFC thing.
AFC gonna be crazy.
I don't know. It's gonna be crazy.
AFC gonna be crazy. I mean,
because you got people that was in, you got teams that was asleep last year that's gonna wake up this year. Look, I mean, the Chargers might be all right.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, everybody's pretty much, penciling the Jets in now because they got Aaron Rodgers.
The Jets. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be a battle for the AFC, a legitimate battle for the AFC East.
That AFC East going to be crazy. That AFC East going to be crazy. It's going to be, it depends, it's all, they are going to go with Lamar Jackson. If he can stay healthy, if he can progress as a passer, and show these people wrong, act like he can't he just can't run. He just can't throw. If he couldn't throw, he'd be a fucking wide receiver or something. He can throw the ball. He can pass the fucking ball. You know what I'm saying? But it's why shoot a three when you can get a layup? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, well, Sean, how do you think Lamar Jackson is going to perform this year now that he's got his money and he has weapons?
What weapons are we talking about? Are we talking about Odell Beckham Jr.? Who's
well, I mean, I'm
for the last couple of years?
I don't think you're gonna get early New York Giants Odell, but he'll be a threat. Bateman will be a threat. They got this rookie. I mean, they have. Let's put it this way: they were better at the wide. They have more weapons coming into this season, providing health stands up than they did last year.
But that's what we're always talking about with the Ravens is health. So that's the problem. And then you get Odell Beckham, who hasn't been healthy. Rashad Bateman hasn't showed us that he can stay healthy.
That's true.
And you got your rookie that's coming in, and you're projecting that your rookie be the one that's going to carry your team. So it all depends on health for Lamar Jackson.
I still think first option will probably be Mark Andrews because
Yeah, and so I mean, we can't tell what Lamar Jackson could be with weapons until his weapons are there for him. So, like I said, it's going to be a health thing for him. And as far as the outcome of the AFC, man, it's going to be ridiculous. Like I said, the Jets. You got Aaron Rodgers with the Jets. That defense already was top tier. Now you add a quarterback who can actually put points on the board, and your defense could put you in positions to be able to give Aaron Rodgers short field. That may be ridiculous depending on how they blend. And if Aaron Rodgers can give you anything, he can mesh with those wide receivers, which I'm pretty sure because he's not had weapons like the Jets have weapons with those young boys and Allen Lazard, who's comfortable with them. And then you got those young boys and what's his name?
Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson, and also you got your Mims and
Corey Davis.
Got Breece Hall, and then you got the running back
Breece Hall, He's
going to come back. Breece Hall coming back, and you have weapons over there for him. And like I said, that defense to get him in there, that's just Jets. Not giving. Now we're talking about the Browns, who got Deshaun Watson with a full year under the belt.
Yeah, full offseason.
And with a full offseason with that team, he's coming back. He's back from not playing football. Now he had that year of getting back into football shape and getting back into the ones and twos and learning that. You got to worry about the Browns over there. You got Kenny Pickett, who played good last year. You got his second year under his belt with more weapons over there in Pittsburgh. So and they still got a good defense over there. So you got to worry about that. And you got to worry about like what I'm saying. Like there's so many different variables now over there of teams that can take over. You got to worry about Russell Wilson kicking it up and getting it in and turning that.
Bitch better. He better. God damn it.
You know what I'm saying? And he'll get better to go along with that defense. The Chargers doing their thing about that. The Raiders kind of lost something. We just got to see what they are in the Chiefs.
You know what's crazy is that this year people are going to look at the AFC East the way everybody looked at the AFC West last year before the season started. So
it's crazy. I don't know. The AFC now y'all just made 2 valid points. The AFC North is
crazy.
They can make a case for the best.
They could.
They're in the conversation. in the conversation for the best division in football.
They could.
Okay.
I don't disagree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
So, okay, so let me ask you a question, and this is all early. Sean, I'll start with you this time. I'm going to start looking at the AFC East now. You got Aaron Rodgers with the Jets. You know, still got, until proven otherwise, Buffalo's top dog. Big question mark with Miami, even though we know they got talent. Let's say Tua does stay healthy. New England looks like the team that's going to be on the outside looking in. But because remind you, everybody's obsessed with what the Jets just did. You know,
I am too.
Huh?
I am too. To be honest with you, I don't see anybody. If Aaron Rodgers could give them anything, because look at who they had at quarterback, and look at what they did with that. What they had, they actually got better this year with their wide receiver acquisition. Of course, they got 2 times better at the quarterback position. They still had everybody
10 times better.
They did that. I say 10 times. Excuse me, 10 times better. They didn't have their running back at Breece Hall, who was having an excellent season before he got injured.
Before he got hurt, yeah, he was.
He was having an excellent season, so you give that to Aaron Rodgers as well with all of those weapons and that defense. Once they get the rolling in that thing, New York is really going to be a problem, and I hope people see that. Buffalo is always good until you get to the playoffs. They always have hiccups for some reason. Josh Allen, he does too much. He puts too much wear and tear on his body, taking them hits. And what they always talking about with other running quarterbacks, but he does it to the extreme. Like he's jumping over people and trucking them and flipping. He's like Cam Newton.
Yep.
The white Cam Newton.
Yep. Yeah.
Same thing Cam Newton does, and he's going to be the same way. He can get you there, but he ain't going to last long because he puts too much on his body. But the Bills, again, they got better. They got better too, so you can never take them out the conversation. And then you got Bill Belichick.
Did they get better though?
Who always does his, who always seems to do their thing, but he ain't really done his thing since he had lost Tom Brady. He had that one good year with Mac Jones, but they haven't found that because of their offensive coordinator.
Well, Bill O'Brien is back as an offensive coordinator, so that'll be interesting.
I was to say, now they have their offensive coordinator back. They taking that thing back off there with let Bill Belichick focus mainly again on his defense, so you never know what they're going to do again this year. So
it's going to be a crazy division.
But I still think the Jets. I still believe.
So you're going with the Jets in the AFC East?
Yes, I still believe it's going to be the Jets.
All right, Calvin. So how do you feel the AFC East is going to pan out?
The AFC East, it's still the Bills show. It's still the Bills. It's still their division to lose. You know what I'm saying? It's the question. But if Bill Belichick get that thing rolling, like it can, like we know that thing can, then that's different. You know what I'm saying? Tua, they live and die with Tua. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's that going. I hope the young man can stay healthy.
Yeah, man, me too.
I don't think Tua's gonna make it.
I hope he does, because I'm gonna be honest with you. If he can stay healthy, I think they could mess around and win the division. Because the Jets have a great defense. Buffalo's defense is pretty good. You can't touch that motherfucking speed that they got over there in Miami. That's hard, but if their quarterback don't stay healthy, they're an average team.
You can touch speed with physicality, and that's why.
You can, but I mean,
yeah.
God damn. I do. I really hope that Tua is able to stay healthy. I do, because that would make that division that much better.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about. It's every year is always about. It's always about when you play the game, because it's always about who's available in them games to play. Because you take the right person out of that game, and it could go either way. So that's the thing about football. On paper, you know who should win some of these games, but it's who's available on that Sunday or whatever day they play those games on.
Because I like that defensive backfield Miami got too, with Ramsey and Xavier Howard.
Oh yeah, that's crazy too. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Miami can be like if Tua, and that's the big if he can stay off the concussion protocol list, man, Miami's got a hellified defense too.
Man, it's a lot.
Like I said, the it's crazy. It's crazy.
I also just get rid of my packages, because I know for sure that we're going to be on TV all the time, because ain't nothing in the NFC for real to look at.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. And I'm going to start off with Calvin, not to be funny. Do the Eagles return to the Super Bowl? Calvin, I'm going to ask you first. Careful. No, I'm just playing.
No, I'm just. You know what though? If Brock Purdy lays an egg this year and he's not the chosen one, then yeah. Let me see who else in the NFC.
So are we assuming that Brock Purdy is starting over Trey Lance?
That's a good question. Are you assuming that?
Man, look, if that boy come out there and tie his shoe wrong, they're gonna yank him. It's gonna be too much pressure out there. They're gonna yank him.
Yeah, but you spend so much capital on that dude, you gotta make sure he's not it.
Yeah. Yep.
But then again, and it's not because the team ain't good enough to get there. If you know what I'm saying, you can have a hangover. You can get to the Super Bowl. You can dump. You know, what if they have a hangover? You know what I'm saying?
Who, the Eagles?
Yeah, but if you ask me who the best team in the NFC is, then yes, it's the Eagles. But if you ask me, can they get to the Super Bowl?
I said, will they return to the Super Bowl?
You got a chance. You got a better chance than anybody else. For real. Why you bullshit?
Well, the NFC is definitely watered down. Sean, I already know what you're gonna say.
Because the way they play,
I think it's gonna be difficult.
All they gotta do is once they win their first 3 games, niggas gonna be scared of. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be the default. For real.
On paper, and everything we got, yeah, we should dog it. Because looking at our team, the spots that we lost, we actually a little bit got stronger in those spots that we lost. You got Hargraves that we lost, which was a big thing. We got younger, and we got the best prospect in this draft at that position at a lower cost.
Right.
We lost Miles Sanders. Who went in there. We got Rashad Penny, DeAndre Swift in our backfield at the same value as what Miles Sanders wanted. But now we got 2 backs who are on their proven deals right now.
I know Kenneth Gainwell probably threw something through a television when he saw DeAndre Swift.
I know playoff Kenny went crazy.
I know he was like, what the fuck?
So it was going to be his team, which I already knew it wasn't going to be our team because I know we like to be running back by committee, 1. And 2, we like to have names in that backfield because that's what worked for us to get to the Super Bowl when we got Blunt and Jordan and Jay
Ajayi. Yeah.
So Howie's not going to not do that philosophy because it got him in Super Bowl by putting a backup back there. So I knew we were going to make more running backs. We were not going in the season with Kenny Gainwell. I knew that was going to happen. So he didn't throw nothing that he didn't know. He should have known better. But yeah, that and the DBs, we still got our DBs back. We lost Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, but again, we brought Justin Evans in. We also brought Tremont Evans in at safety, and then we drafted.
Y'all got Edmonds?
Yeah, we got Edmonds.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we still got quality and or better and or younger at the positions that we got, and we lost Edmonds and T.J. Edwards and Kazir White, but now you got Nakobe Dean, who you put that high draft pick and or who you stole in the 3rd round, who was projected to go 1st round, finally off his redshirt year back, and now he's projected to do more now back there, and he didn't lose value anywhere. We actually got better than what we were our Super Bowl year. So, but the only thing I can say is our schedule is tougher. So it's going to be a tough road, and because we are who we are, people are going to give us everything they got.
Oh yeah, I think the Eagles should be hands down the favorite in the NFC. I'm curious. This is what I'm curious about. It's not more so what the Eagles are going to do. I'm just more looking forward to seeing them play. The teams I'm curious about in the NFC is I'm curious to see what San Francisco is going to do at quarterback. I'm curious to see how the Rams are going to look next year with Stafford coming and Cooper Kupp coming back. And we have something that we have not seen in a very long time, that is actual expectations in the same sentence with the Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. I'm really curious to see if they, because they actually have expectations. Like now that Aaron Rodgers is out that division, I don't give a fuck what Jordan Love does personally. I could care less. To be honest with you.
But you know who is showing something is Jared Goff, because they done picked up Hendon Hooker behind him.
And, yeah.
Was it Hendon Hooker? Yeah, it was Hendon Hooker.
Hendon Hooker, yeah.
Behind him. So
I didn't understand. Well,
He was.
I didn't. Yeah, I kind of didn't understand that because for one, Hendon. Well, first of all, Hendon Hooker ain't gonna play next season because he tore his ACL late in the football.
And he's
season.
older too, though.
Yeah, I know. And one thing that we ended up being wrong about, is I think the Titans have waved the white flag on Malik Willis because they ended up drafting Levis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Malik. Sorry, bro.
Yeah. Malik is the new Geno Smith.
And that's another team,
Yeah.
Geno Smith, because the Seahawks, like, to me, like, honestly, the Seahawks offense has the potential to be scary because they just drafted another wide receiver to go along with Lockett and Metcalf.
Boy, yeah, who was projected it was the best wide receiver.
Yeah, man, yeah. So
and then to add him with Metcalf and Geno was doing good. They already got their running back. Didn't they get one of the who the fuck they got?
But they see the NFC to me is gonna be sneaky because see all of the star powers in the AFC, outside of the Eagles, really outside of the Eagles and the Cowboys. And the star power in the NFC is the Eagles and the Cowboys. You could say San Francisco, but their quarterback thing is sketchy. The NFC South to me is a division with no expectations. Not trying to be funny. I think right now I would have to say that I think the Saints are going to win because of Derek Carr. Baker Mayfield could surprise you. Carolina, I think you'll probably be seeing Bryce Young by midseason. Bryce Young, yeah, you'll probably be seeing him by midseason. I do, because Andy Dalton is a bridge quarterback. The only way you don't see Bryce Young by midseason is if Andy Dalton is winning games.
Man, you probably see Bryce Young by the beginning of the season. Because Andy Dalton ain't it, goddammit. If he can't beat out Andy Dalton right now, he'll need to be that first pick.
Well, remember, they may be doing something that we suggested. Remember, we suggest that you shouldn't throw him right out there in the fire.
That's for Andy Dalton.
I mean, Andy Dalton is not, it's not like Mitch Trubisky, you know what I'm saying? Or, But now what I am hearing is that Richardson, Richardson from Florida, because Nick Foles ain't in the Colts. You know who the Colts starting quarterback is right now?
The Colts starting quarterback is Gardner Minshew.
Yep.
Yeah.
Minshew mania. You may be seeing Richardson sooner than you think.
It's so ugly because I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna start Anthony Richardson because look at your playbook. You got Gardner Minshew and Nick Foles, and then you got Anthony Richardson.
Man, look, I don't want to see that boy.
On both sides of that shit.
I don't want to see that kid being fucked up.
For both of those type quarterbacks.
I don't want to see that kid being fucked up because they started him too early.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna want to start him early. But if he shows he's gonna. I mean, I don't know. He can't learn from them dudes because they ain't even the same physical type. Like you can learn the playbook.
Yep.
But they still gonna have to change the whole offense because you have to add in his factor to be able to run. He's gonna be like a more read option kind of person. Look at who's his coach, Shane Steichen. Look at where he came from. He came from Philly. So
that's right. He is a new coach.
They're gonna base that shit off of Jalen Hurts, and to be able to do that because that's where it's going to. You're going to the read option, run the quarterback, run that.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Huh?
No more Jeff Saturday. Damn it.
Yeah, they got Shane Steichen now, our offensive coordinator. So you know what he's going to bring that jump because he's seen it with Jalen. So he's going to use that with Anthony Richardson. There's no way in hell they're starting Gardner Minshew.
What'd you say, Calvin?
No, I don't want to stop y'all. Remember, can I ask y'all something?
What's up?
Make a point. I just want to just pull over for a minute. What the fuck was that?
What are you talking about?
Jeff Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah, but that was look.
How much cocaine? No. Let me finish this thought. How much cocaine has he seen the owner snort out of hooker's ass? Jump the line. You got to have dirt on somebody. You have to have done dirt to somebody to do that.
No,
you know what I'm saying? Like.
Them boys running the pack. And
they tight, man. They cool.
They tight. They friends because Jeff Saturday is like the best thing that ever happened besides Peyton Manning to the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, they cool.
So they're buddy and they're friends. What happened was he hated who was in charge of his team. And he was just like, man, fuck this, Joe. They probably was drinking one day. He was on the boat like, man, I probably can do better than that shit. He was like, you know what, Jeff? Come in that motherfucker on Saturday. You gonna take over, guys.
Right after he did a line out of a hooker's ass.
That's my point.
Yeah.
You think they'll let Michael Jordan go coach the fucking well, he want Michael Jordan to that franchise. Do you think they'll let Scottie Pippen go coach the Bulls?
Hell no.
Exactly.
Man, that is.
I don't know, but you know what? I don't know though. Only reason why he said that because basketball, half of the coaches in basketball are black.
That's different.
That's different.
We talking. You can't.
You think they'll let Jerry Rice come and coach the 49ers? No.
Yeah, that's what you should have said. Like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or coach the 49ers? Hell no.
Yeah.
That should be what you should have said. Or something of that nature. You think, I don't know, I'm about to say something, but I was about to say you think they'll let Michael Irvin coach the Cowboys.
No, but you know what? I believe Jerry Jones would do something that fucking dumb.
That's why I ain't say that. That's why I ain't say that.
Yeah, Jerry. Now, when you talk about Jerry Jones, because all Michael Irvin gonna do in there is he gonna come around there and he's gonna yell and he gonna talk about what the Cowboys in the 90s did. And
You can be sweating with that shirt too, though.
Again, we have circled back to the cocaine. Did y'all ever hear about the Cowboys White House? The White House they had?
Yes, I did.
I heard that they were going on that yayo, but I ain't really. I don't.
Man, bro, this is why I said when we was doing the draft, I said, you know, I hate the Cowboys. I respect the 90s team because they were champions. I said, even though if those players played in today's Me Too movement and all this other shit, all of them niggas would be suspended. Because half of that team was coked out.
Nigga, the Me Too movement in the 90s would look different. If you
Get out the picture and stay out the damn picture.
it wouldn't just be them.
No, I know it wouldn't just be them. It wouldn't. I know it wouldn't. The Me Too movement in the 90s would have meant something different. Hey, I just got high. Yeah, me too.
You don't even have to have the Me Too movement to shake the 90s up. All you need is social media.
All you need is what?
Think about all you need is social media.
What you doing, boy?
Oh, yeah.
Think about Jordan. Jordan is considered the holy grail of basketball, but you remember there's a lot of shit that was going on that people couldn't talk about 24 hours a day. Remember when he wrote that love letter to that girl, to that lady,
Yep.
when he was still married?
Yep.
And the gambling thing?
And the gambling thing. Oh man, please. Man, please. Jordan did dirt. Jordan just had the right representation.
The face of the league in the 90s would have been Grant Hill.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Been great, yeah.
Hell yeah, it'd have been great.
It would have been Grant Hill. Jordan would have been motherfucking, he would have been, let me see, who would he have been? Because, would I say Iverson? Should you put Iverson in?
Okay, yeah. If Jordan would have been Iverson, what the fuck would Charles Barkley would have been?
Charles Barkley would have been in jail.
He'd have been Draymond Green because he won't off the field shit. You know?
No, Charles Barkley actually off the court wasn't, you ain't really never hear shit like that.
He wouldn't have been Draymond.
He would have been Draymond Green. You just wouldn't like him.
Getting all the technical fouls. No, if he was that, then what the fuck would Rodman?
Man, I was going to say Dennis Rodman would have been. Lord.
Draymond.
Lord have mercy. Dennis Rodman would have been the social media darling because he would have been 24 hours worth of coverage.
Yeah. Because everybody would have been part of them. Then
like anytime Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen have to go to Vegas to snatch your ass out of a room with butt naked Carmen Electra in there, you was that motherfucking dude.
He was a wild dude. Yeah, he was a wild dude.
You was that dude.
The way this shit worked with the Me Too, he might have got a pass. You know he wore that dress and that.
Yeah.
Oh, that opens up a whole different
can of worms.
That opens up a whole nother stream of support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have everybody dressing in the fucking stands and shit and all that.
Well, bro, look. All I know is this: Dennis Rodman had clout when you at a gambling table and you get a phone call on your cell from Madonna saying I'm ovulating, but she's across the country. You literally leave the gambling table, go to get on Madonna's private jet, go to Madonna, fuck her, turn around and come right back and go to the same gambling table because the game didn't stop. Like, no, actually the game was on pause while you was gone. And you flew across the country to have sex with Madonna. Like,
Yeah, right.
like that's crazy. But speaking of the NBA, you see my Lakers shut them shit-talking ass Memphis Grizzlies up.
Yeah, them boys feeling hurt.
Boys' feelings hurt. God damn it. Dylan Brooks want to talk about something. Well, I don't regret saying nothing. But then when people was calling you on your shit, you wanted to act like you was a victim. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. The goddamn Sixers and the Celtics is playing now.
Yeah, he punched his weight.
Yeah, Embiid ain't playing though, ain't he?
Yeah, Embiid ain't playing, bro. And like the Sixers are not going to win if Embiid don't play. Period.
Yeah, you gotta have Embiid in that series.
You have
Much
to.
power over there.
How hurt?
All right, Jack, I gotta get in the bag, buddy.
You say how hurt what?
How hurt is like when
Well, they said he has a sprained knee, and the thing about it is he hasn't played in damn near 2 weeks because he hadn't played since game 3 against Brooklyn. They swept Brooklyn, and then Boston ended up going 6 with Atlanta, so that was extra time. So it's damn near been 2 weeks since last time he played, and they ruled him out right before the game. I'm like, damn, because for one, I don't want to see Boston win shit. But
put him out right before the game. He'll play.
yeah. But it's like, both of these Boston and Philadelphia's antennas are definitely up because now that Milwaukee's been eliminated, the winner of that series will have home court advantage for the Eastern Conference Finals, whether they face the Knicks or Miami.
Man, they better worry about Henry Butler.
Man,
I was about to say that boy.
He out here showing off, boy.
he sprained his ankle yesterday, though.
He don't matter.
I thought that performance Kevin Durant did that the year they lost to the Bucks with the foot on the line. I was like, that is one of the most greatest dying on the court playing type performance.
Now, Jimmy Butler's another breed in the playoffs.
You got to kill. You got to shoot yourself.
No, but did you see Steph yesterday in Game 7?
Big 50. You talking about 50 point Steph?
50-point Steph, and I didn't know that had never been done in the history of the NBA. That nobody's ever put up 50 in a Game 7. I was like,
hey, Steph shot the most shots he'd ever shot before in a game.
And they needed him. But the thing is, he shot the most shots, but he made more than half of them. So I'm like, nigga, keep shooting.
Yeah, I mean, if he gonna make them all, I'll let him shoot them all too.
Yeah, because Clay didn't play well. Wiggins didn't play well. Jordan Poole didn't play well, even though they won by 20. The first half was a close game. The second half, Steph just came out there. Steph put up 30 in the second half.
Let me tell you something. To be able to turn that, because it's different levels. Everybody got different levels. To be able to turn that on and off at will, that is nuclear. But that boy is a weapon of mass destruction. If they beat the Lakers,
bro, they are. And I'm a Laker fan, bro. It ain't if they beat the Lakers; it's when they beat the Lakers.
They got a squad. Like them boys play together too. You can see how they play. The Lakers ain't had enough. They ain't had enough time together to beat the Warriors. The Warriors are not only are they a championship team, they got experience with each other.
Yep.
So they move and they know each other. The way they pass, if you look how they pass each other, they know where they're going to be at. They know their role. Everybody knows what they need to do. The Lakers are not quite there yet.
And then on top of that, we going to have to run around chasing Steph, run around chasing Clay and Jordan Poole. We were struggling with chasing Desmond Bane. So, look, AD is going to have a monster series because really there's nobody who can cover him. But
Looney be down there getting the reads, though.
Looney done turned into Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, that may be a thing, too, to kind of help them out. It depends on AD if AD going to play big because you take out those rebounds from the Warriors, too. That's a lot. You give those shooters second chances, you're going to lose. And Mooney was boarding everything in them series,
Everything.
So, and he was giving them so many second chance points. The same as when Steph was making all them shots. He had all them shots because Mooney was giving them the opportunities.
And the fact the Warriors have home court advantage, too.
So what, he hurt?
Who hurt?
He hurt? Mooney.
No, Looney? Looney ain't hurt?
No, we just saying that.
He had 21 rebounds yesterday.
He be rebounding.
And like he had 21 rebounds and like 14 of them were offensive rebounds. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's big. That's big. You giving those shooters second chance to shoot that ball again. You're gonna lose.
Yeah, man.
LeBron James has been the face of the league for I don't know how many years once he got it from Kobe.
At least the last, I would say at least the last decade.
Okay.
Undisputed, the last decade. But if I was Steph, I would like to have a word about that.
If that's what I'm saying. If and when they beat the Lakers, Steph is the new face of the league.
I mean, you think about it. Like, let's say the Warriors win the chip again this year. If the Warriors win the title again, Steph will have had, that'll be Steph's 5th. All on LeBron James' watch.
Mm-hmm.
All on LeBron James' watch.
You got to start putting Steph on higher on that list.
And that will be
Oh, yeah.
that will be 4 rings that he personally took from LeBron.
Yeah, if the Warriors win the title this year, you're gonna have to start putting Steph in the same class as Magic as far as greatest point guard ever.
So if that's the case, can you make the case that if Steph win it this year, can you make the case that he's the best basketball player in the NBA right now?
I would if they win it this year behind Steph, yeah, I would say it. I would hand him that crown.
Because look, and you got to put him on top of motherfuckers like KD. Because look what KD doing, and look what Steph did with KD and without.
I was gonna say, bro. I mean, KD ain't never won shit without Steph. Now, granted, KD was the best basketball
team because Brooklyn had a monster team.
Yeah, I mean, KD was the best player on those Warriors teams, but the fact that Steph has won 2 without him, and KD hasn't even been to so much as a conference final without Steph.
But you can be the best player on the team that's already their team was already a good team before them. They was already winning shit without
yeah, exactly.
Well, you can be the face of the league and still not be the best player.
Well, I've been saying for the last 2 years that Giannis is the best, but what Milwaukee just did made me want to throw up. Honestly,
I think
the reason why I can't say Giannis is the best because when I think the best of a player, I think of somebody who can do everything on every end of the floor. I ain't just talking about offensive weapon and not have no defense. I'm talking about defense and offense. To me, when I look at the best at the time, it's like Kobe was and Jordan was. They could do it on both ends of the floor. You can play defense and I can put numbers on you and you can't stop me.
Well, when Giannis won MVP,
I can shut you down.
Well, when Giannis won MVP, the same season he won MVP, he won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, but Giannis, when you look at Giannis offensively, is what they doing. If you build a wall on him, he ain't gonna just pull up and shoot in your face like.
Yeah, he definitely needs to improve on his jumper, no question.
He needs to improve on that. Yeah,
no question.
Like I mentioned, so that's what I mean as far as the best player is the best player in the NBA. You got to be able to do it all the way around for me if you want to be considered the best player in it.
Well, I think Embiid is going to win the MVP, but I would just like to see him on the floor playing against the Celtics. And a quick side note, Denver's not fucking around. Nobody pays attention to them. Denver's not fucking around.
See, that's why you got to give it to people like that. That's why you give it to MVP to people like Jokic and Embiid, because they'll put buckets on your head and they'll shut you the fuck down in perspective position.
Well, Jokic ain't shutting shit down on defense. He'll put buckets on you.
Sorry, not Jokic, like
Embiid.
I'm sorry. Yeah, like Embiid, because Embiid does it. But the only problem with Embiid is his availability.
Yep.
As you can see right now too.
Yep. Well,
so that's Embiid's problem.
So what's up, Madden fellas? What's going on with the league?
Oh, I'm trying to help my man out because he in Cat Hill right now.
Come on, GM. Come on, Sean Roseman.
I'm trying to help him out. You wouldn't believe who my team is.
You gotta put Esquire. You gotta put Esquire behind that name. What he did for me.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Attorney at law. I got you.
Look. You wouldn't believe who I'm playing with right now, though.
It ain't Dallas, is it?
No.
Okay.
Commanders.
Oh, the Commanders? Huh.
Yeah. Well, I couldn't get my Eagles because somebody stole them from me, so I had to pick a team.
So you helping Calvin manage his cap?
Yeah, because he's in Cap Hill right now, bro. He's negative $12 million right now.
see, I never did this thing before. And when it started last week because the commissioner invited me to the league, talking shit about the Bucks. Like, yeah, when I see them, da da da. So when I get to playing him, he has some behavior shit going on when he's playing. Every time he's playing it, you know what I'm saying? People lose to him badly. So he did me the same way. But I screenshot like my shit is fucking up. So they was in the chat. They was like, man, y'all gotta run that back. And I beat the shit out of him. He's like 6 feet to like 9 or whatever. He can't stop the run. But anyway, I think I fucked my own team up. But when I was trying to trade and get some trade shit, get the cap, everybody I hit with cap space was like, no, I don't need it. Like one day, I hit the tank. I was like, you want Mike Evans? I don't need no wide receivers. I looked at every wide receiver on this roster. Everybody rating is under 75. I want to text like, yeah, nigga, you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm clicking through the teams for who got cap space. And I said, the Commanders got $6 million.
Oh shit!
It's the Commanders.
I'm over there making it work, bro.
So I go to this jump. I'm like, no. I said, that's when I text you, Brian. I said, look, I need a face. He said, what?
He called me.
Yeah. I said, I need you. Tell Sean. Call me immediately.
Yeah, he did too.
We've been on the phone ever since figuring this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So at first it was Mike Evans, but after further review from my legal team, it's Chris
God. He's negative 12 in the cap space, so even if I was to trade for Mike Evans, take Mike Evans off his hands, it would only give him like $3 million in cap space, and he need multiple players on his.
Oh.
He need more. He need to get more free agents. So I went through his cap. I look at his cap. You know what I'm saying? Look through his team to see what would help me out by helping him out.
You're gonna say, well, how much are you charging per hour for your legal services, sir?
But not fucking them. You know what I'm saying? No charge. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I help anybody who need it because I fucked my Eagle team up in that other league, motherfucker. I put them in cap hell. I had to learn how to do that shit myself. That's why I'm good in this league. Because my other league, I fucked the Eagles up. I was in cap hell over there. It's a learning process, though, so I felt the pain. So I wanted to help him out and help me out at the same time.
All right. Well, fellas, it's been fun, but I got to run. I got to get these kids ready for school tomorrow.
Yeah, mine in the tub right now.
Yeah, mine put mine in the tub. So, fellas, until next time, work on that cap, Calvin.
Yeah.
Hey, did anybody hit the joint up yet, Calvin?
I got one vote from I think it's John.
You need two.
Yeah, I got the dude that he is in the other league. He was the Cardinals, and let's see, he the Giants. Y'all call him Sanchez or whatever.
Oh, Sanchez.
Yeah, I think that's
Sanchez that we went to school with?
No.
Okay, all right. Well, anyway, I'm going to holler at y'all, bro.
All right, bro.
All right. Brother Sean, Big C. All right. Well, that's fun. That was fun. I swear I need to get up on them leagues one day. But anyway, without further ado, oh no, we ain't getting to it. Where the buzzer. Okay, well, yes, it is time for me to get on my dad duty and get these kids ready for school tomorrow. You guys will get this podcast. It'll be there when you wake up tomorrow, unless you're a night owl and you get the notifications, and you will see this when it drops. But definitely don't forget to hit that subscription button and become part of the Sports Plus Life family. And I hope, again, everybody has a wonderful, wonderful rest of their week. It's your boy, Brandon Brave Von Towns. I'm out this. Peace. Love you.